What up, y'all? This is Tracy from Nerd Squish, and today we're going to talk about the 2025 film Weapons. When I first saw the trailer for Weapons, I was like, okay, some kids go missing, true crime vibes, nothing crazy. But then I saw it was from Zach Krieger, the writer-director of Barbarian, and immediately thought, nope, this is definitely gonna be weirder than it looks. And let me tell you, when the credits rolled, I had the same exact feeling that I had after Barbarian. The movie was a journey, and I loved it. Now we're gonna pause right here before we get into the nitty-gritty of this movie review, and we're gonna throw up ye old spoiler alert. We're gonna talk some details of this movie that, especially for a movie like this, if you don't wanna know what happens, if you do not want details and spoilers, stop right here. Purchase a movie ticket, go to the movies, get an icy, chill out, go on a 2-hour adventure, and then come on back and finish this video. You've been warned. The movie starts off brilliantly narrated by a young girl who explains that one night, 2 years ago, at exactly 2:17 a.m. in the town of Maybrook, Pennsylvania, 17 children from Justine Gandy's 3rd grade class suddenly vanish without a trace, except for one. Now, right from the start, your mind is wondering, what the heck happened that made 17 children all just get up in the middle of the night, walk out of their house to never have a trace, never to be seen, just gone. That's very weird. The townsfolk naturally all point their fingers at the teacher since it was only her class that this happened to. But as an audience member, I'm immediately flipping through the supernatural encyclopedia in my brain, just flip-flopping from monsters to urban legends. In the first 5 minutes of the film, my husband leaned over and whispered, "It's aliens." As someone deathly afraid of aliens, I am happy to report that it is in fact not aliens. The film teases several times, little hints, little background things, that it could be parasites. And I'm not gonna say that it's not parasites, because we do in fact have some parasitic behavior. But it's not quite a virus controlling your mind. And for a hot minute, I really thought it was gonna be vampires. You see, our main character, Teacher Justine, is super worried about the one kid in her class that didn't go missing, Alex. And rightly so. The poor kid has been through so much trauma, and she cares about her students, and she just wants to know that he's okay. But naturally, her principal's like, look, you gotta leave this kid alone. He's been through some trauma. He's been questioned to death by the police. Just leave him be. Naturally, she doesn't listen. She follows him home, and right away, when you see this house, you know something's off. The yard is not cut. It looks a little wild and crazy, almost like it's abandoned, okay? And you're like, well, it's clearly not just someone who doesn't abide by the HOA rules. So she walks up to the house and notices that all the windows are covered in newspaper, and immediately I was like, vampires! It's vampires! But alas, it's not the blood-sucking undead either. Again, the whole town thinks it's the teacher, and one grieving parent goes so far as to paint the word witch on the side of her car, and he was right. Well, almost. It wasn't Justine, but it was in fact a witch. You see that one kid, Alex, that was questioned to death? They want to dig a little deeper, so the principal requests that he speaks to his parents. But the parents don't show up. Instead, a very weird, strange aunt. And boy, she is a jump scare. And not just because, like, she literally appeared on the screen and I was like, huh, but because when this woman appeared on the screen, the movie theater that I was in lost power. So I'm panicking. I'm like, oh my God. Is this a part of the movie? I'm thinking that I'm in one of the most immersive movie experiences that there ever was, and I'm just waiting for her creepy little red wig to like pop out of nowhere, and thank God that didn't happen. It just turned into a nice little 20-minute intermission where I could go to the bathroom and then read the book that I had on hand. Anyway, she is in fact a witch and has the ability to control people. And the way that this is revealed is brilliant in my opinion. It's unfolded slowly through multiple perspectives, and we're just slowly piecing it all together. It almost kind of gives a Pulp Fiction effect, where you're going back and forth in the timeline until inevitably they all meet in the middle. And all the perspectives are so different, they slowly unfold through the eyes of a stressed out teacher, a grieving father, a cheating cop, among many others. And it's so brilliant to do it this way. The first, oh my God moment that happens, you truly don't know what's happening. You're like, what? And so through the different perspectives, you're getting all these little teases, all this little information, and you're like, again, flipping through the encyclopedia of supernatural things that this could be. And I never predicted Witch, and I should have all along, but I didn't. The Witch is played wonderfully by Amy Madigan, aka Uncle Buck's girlfriend Janice. And in my opinion, she is the highlight performance of the film. She's truly terrifying, but there's also something about her that's hilarious and kind of charming and hypnotizing, almost like a real witch. But my God, every time I see that woman and her wig and that lipstick, I mean, my God, that is a jump scare. And it's really fun that the way, again, you get these hints throughout the film, because you do see glimpses of this character appear in dreams or other things, and the whole time you're seeing her, you're like, what was that? What is that red-haired nightmare? I don't understand the lipstick situation that's happening. So when you do see her, I don't know, just, it's brilliant. It is brilliant, and I love this villain. Speaking of this villain, we do have a satisfying ending for her. Again, spoilers, if you don't want to know how this ends, go to the movies, okay? But often in horror movies, you have these bleak endings where, you know, the villain gets what they wanted, right? Not this one. She meets a very brutal death, and as much as you do love seeing her sinister character on the screen, when she meets her end, you are just like, yes, beautiful. I love it. It's also slightly comical, because that's another great thing about a Zach Cregger movie, is that they're truly horrifying, disturbing, unsettling, but there's like the sneaky humor that gets in there that just makes it balance so beautifully. Weapons is without a doubt one of the most original horror movies that I've seen since Barbarian. The premise is terrifying because it feels real. A child runs into the night and disappears without a trace. Sounds like an episode of Unsolved Mysteries, which if I watched, I would still be shocked when they got to the end and it was unsolved. The premise alone is terrifying, but the most unsettling thing in this movie is the Ring camera footage. Found footage type things are always kind of eerie because they feel so real. They really just push you into that world that you're watching. Number one, kids are always terrifying. Kids are horrifying. So to see this grainy, silent footage of all these kids running out in their weird V-run in the same way, I got goosebumps. I'm thinking about it and I have goosebumps. Zach Cregger revealed in an interview that when he wrote this story, he came up with the question first and then the answer, which is the same way that he wrote Barbarian. Which, let's just think about that. Let's think about that for a second. The fact that this guy was like, 2 times, okay? First time, he's like, oh, some people double book an Airbnb. They go in the basement. What happens? And then he came out with all the wild stuff that he came out with. This one, some kids go missing. And then insane. And I thoroughly look forward to the next time that he dares ponder a question and then writes a film to answer it in the most insane and unpredictable way possible. And to be honest, I haven't really been on top of new releases in 2025, but all the ones that I've seen have blown my mind. I mean, especially horror. Horror's back, baby. It's back and it's doing real good these days. So the question is, have you seen Weapons and what did you think? Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so when new videos hit the channel, you'll be notified. And as always, thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch you nerds later!